Hello everyone, welcome to Something of Everything. In this tutorial series we will start understanding about DraftWin software. DraftWin is a software which gives you post-processing data interpretation from ETABS and easy detailing solutions. There are multiple modules, that is of isolated footings, columns, shear walls, combined walls, beams, slabs and slabs from ETABS, that is API. Let us see one by one. In the current video we will see about footing module. There are some prerequisites. You have to analyze the structure, you have to design the structure and make sure all the load cases and combinations has been selected in the tables. Now open the DraftWin software, click on the footing module and click on file and footing API to import the results from ETABS. It will directly import the results from the currently opened ETABS file. As you can see, the columns has been imported and the basic footing numbers, size and basic parameters has been defined. Now you have to go to options and design settings. It will give you the form to input the values of material, soil, sizing of footings and reinforcement. Let us see one by one option. In the material and soil, you have to provide soil data as well as material data of concrete and soil. In the first option, it gives you the option to input the soil weight, loss of contact. Loss of contact and soil weight will be worked out when there is tension in the footing, and you can consider 100% of soil above footing as a counterbalance in case of uplift. You have to provide the foundation level below the ground, that is in this case that is 2.5 meter. You have to provide the footing depth and you have to provide the soil type, that is hard, medium or soft. Based on the soil type, the SBC will be increased as per IS 1893 and 875. You have to provide the SBC of soil at the depth you have defined. You have to provide concrete grade, steel grade and unit weight of concrete. In the sizing tab, there is footing data, PCC data and iteration data. Let us see one by one. You can decide whether you want to do the paired footing or trapezoidal footing. If you do trapezoidal footing, it will give us the maximum angle, that is the angle of slope that we want to maintain, maximum angle of slope that you want to maintain. And at the edge you have to give the edge height. You can increase, by default DraftWin will take the self weight of footing in the calculation, but if you want to increase the percentage of weight of self weight to be taken, you can add it in the self weight percentage. If you provide 10% here, it will calculate self weight of footing as 1.1 times, that is 10% more than the self weight of footing. You can give the pedestal offset. In our case we generally give 3 inches, that is 75 mm total for pedestal offset, so we will have to give pedestal offset as 37.5. Pedestal depth, you can give the pedestal height from the footing to, mostly generally we give the footing pedestal height up to ground level. In this case it will be 2 meter, 2000 mm. And you can give options for designing of footing for maximum pressure as well as actual pressure. What happens when the area is calculated, the pressure can be below the SBC value. So you can decide whether you want to design the footing for actual value or you want to design the footing for maximum pressure, that is SBC of soil. Live load reduction, this option will not be worked out here, but you can reduce the live load. In PCC data you have to give the PCC offset, PCC thickness and depth of excavation. In this case it is 2.5. You can give iteration data, that is you can give command to the program that increase the depth 8 to 50 mm intervals, and edge increment, that is the size increment. We generally give 150 mm gap between two footings, that is 6 inches between two footings. It will group the footings accordingly. In reinforcement data you have to give a clear cover and initial depth of footing, that is total depth of footing, to be decided for calculating the reinforcement. You have to give the spacing of reinforcement minimum and maximum, and interval of round off of spacing. we generally give spacing in the interval of 25 mm, so we are giving it 25. In this option, that is typical bend, will be used in calculation of quantity. You can check mark the reinforcement that you want to use in the footings. Press OK, and as you can see, the type, concrete, steel and SBC will be changed in the input data. Then you have to go to load cases. As you can see, it has taken load cases, that is load patterns and load cases from the ETABS itself. You have to uncheck the load patterns because you have provided the cases. In this case, we have given load cases in ETABS. As you can see, in defined load cases, we have created dead and live cases. In dead cases, it has all the load cases, load patterns, which comprises of the dead load. So we are just selecting the load cases as dead and live, and in the type you have to define that this is the dead load and live load is this. Press OK. It will open the load combination dialog box. In the combination, you can take the load combinations from analysis as well as for irregular structure or irregular structure. We are taking for irregular structure. It will add the load combinations for regular structure, and OK. The load cases and combinations has been defined. Now rebar syntax. Once you design the footings, let us run the footing design. It will design all the footings and give you the footing size, column size, that is pedestal size in our case, because we have given the offset for pedestal. Concrete grade, steel grade, AST required, lengthwise, widthwise, and reinforcement provided length and widthwise. You can redesign any footing from here. Select the footing, click here and change the data and redesign it. It will show that the failed in punching shear, so you have to give the depth again to the original one. Reset it and press OK. In the settings, you can see the original dialog box that we have been using for designing of footing will be opened. Cancel it, go to any another footing, and you can change. Once the design has been completed, you can change the reinforcement from here. It will be showing you the required reinforcement and everything. As you can see, you can change the reinforcement from here. We are requiring 1370 mm square and we are providing 1489. We can go up to 145, I guess, or we can say 290, sorry, 80, but it is showing you I, that is information. The spacing should be between 100 and 200. Why? Because we have given the reinforcement spacing criteria here. That is why it is showing like this. You can reset it at any point of time, and once the design has been completed, you can see the rebar syntax. That is how you want to see the reinforcement to be written. In our case, we generally write T afterwards and press OK. So the reinforcement will be seen like that. In the output, it will give you the layout and schedule. Press it and save the drawing. Press yes, and it will ask you to group the similar footings. Press OK, and it will give you the layout of footing, typical section of footing, and the footing schedule, and it has grouped the columns which have common footing. In the schedule, it is giving you the column or pedestal size, shorter direction reinforcement, longer direction reinforcement, capital and small d. This will depend upon the maximum angle that you have given. You will have to iterate in order to get the actual value that you want to use in your projects. It will give you the size of footing and size of PCC, column numbers and footing numbers, and it will give you the 1:100 scale of footing layout. You can see the drafting settings here, object snap, polar tracking and all. The drawing has been exported to the DXF format in the folder that you have saved it to. As you can see, the footing has been saved here. You can open it from here, and in the CAD file you can just use them for your further detailing. You can directly use this. As you can see, let us see how the distance has been given. As you can see, the distance is given 22.50 and 22.50. that is, the layout is in 1/100 scale. This is a general scale that the footing layout is being given by Draftwin. It gives you the template, you can say a standard template, which you can set for use of your drawing. You can change these details and use it. This way you can design isolated footing using Draftwin. It also gives us the quantity, that is BBS. Press it and it will give you the Excel file for the BBS like this, and it asks you to save the file. Let us just go to BBS and open that file. As you can see, it gives you the file name, the time it has been exported, file created, and for the each and every footing it gives you the diameter and the type, as well as the concrete and steel quantity. It gives you the mass and total quantity of materials to be used. So it is easy for you to decide whether you have to, how much quantity of footing steel will be used in your footing design. This way you can get the quantity as well, and it gives you the analysis summary for any footing. It gives you the SBC, the pressure total, the size and total pressure balanced out. Sorry, this is total load and the load that has been used for design. When you export it to Excel, it gives you the Excel file for each and every footing, the pressure summary and sizing summary. As you can see, it is writing down each and every footing. Press save and it will ask you where you want to save it. It has been saved somewhere, and let's open it. Sorry, it has redesigned it. It will give you the summaries of footings like this. Let's say not to be saved. Close the Excel file and open the analysis report and export schedule to Excel. It can give you the schedule to Excel as well. We have to just save it to somewhere, and as you can see, the footing schedule will be saved at desktop. As you can see, for each and every footing the details has been given to Excel as well, but mostly you don't need that because you have the schedule here itself. This way you can easily design footings. Thank you for watching this video. Do like, share and subscribe the same. For any inquiry or buying the software, contact us at the number given in description. Thank you.